All right, welcome back to Kitchen Ambush. We are live at a new restaurant with a new local set of ingredients and a new chef who you've probably seen before if you follow us. I'm Mark Conway.
I'm Vanessa.
And we're here with Acie Vincent, one of the competitors in the World Food Championships, who not only went to Alabama this last November to compete, but walked home as the #1 champion in the sandwich category.
Woohoo!
And along with that came accolades, fame, fortune, and $10,000.
Yes.
And so today, he's come all the way here to our hometown.
Exactly.
And we're at Stoley's restaurant, which you all know is the stomping grounds for Chef David Hanna.
And some amazing burgers.
Incredible burgers, and where he makes his award-winning, fantastic superstar jams.
Ooh.
So, as we're getting geared up and getting ready to go back to Final Table in April, which is April 22nd, we're going to be in Arkansas for the World Food Championships final round for all the marbles. You're going to be one of the competitors.
Yes.
So, tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm originally from North Carolina, Central Piedmont area. I've lived in Oviedo, Florida for the last 10 years.
That's just a hop, skip, and a jump from Orlando.
Just outside of Orlando, about 7-8 miles.
Nice.
And, you know, you've been competing in WFC how long?
This past year was my 3rd year.
And this is your first time actually taking the crown in the category and heading to Final Table?
Absolutely, first time.
So tell us about the dish you won with at Final Table.
Okay, so I'm a big proponent of eating things that we need to start eating. So I made a lionfish and crab cake that I smoked the lionfish and I smoked the crab cake beforehand.
Right.
It had a remoulade sauce on it, and it had a bacon tomato jam. I was required to use Red Gold tomatoes.
That's right.
Which are an excellent product.
They are. And Red Gold is actually sponsoring you to the Final Table.
That's correct.
So for people who haven't eaten lionfish before, is there anything that it compares to?
See, that's it's a sweet white fish, but it does have some fat in it, which most white fish doesn't.
Right.
So it smokes really well.
So you come on the show. We're going to keep talking about everything going on, but I think now's the time for you to dig into that mystery ingredient box.
Okay.
You ready to see what you're cooking with today?
All right.
Ooh,
No trepidation.
No.
All right. So what we've got is here's our fun box, and we started off with 1 ingredient in the box. Sometimes we go 2, but we wanted to give you a fun basket of what makes our area, locally great. And so we went to a few of our friends. And first off, we went over to Commune, related to New Earth Farm. And over at Commune, Norfolk, they have a farmer's market right inside. So we got you some of their sourdough bread.
Wow.
Nice.
Some of their multicolored kale.
Beautiful.
Which was super pretty. And some of their Swiss.
Oh, nice.
So you got 3 fresh products from there. Then from Speedy's, we got the pear chutney from Speedy's. Hey, Jimmy. And then last but not least, I had to give you a really good protein. Something that is a lot of fun. And that came from Dana and Dylan over at Pendulum Fine Meats. This is their lamb sausage.
Lamb.
They ground it in-house. It's got lamb fat, seasoning. It's amazing. And that is going to be your protein for today.
Awesome.
So I'm going to give you those. And we are live, so remember to send in your comments and questions, because Vanessa will be following that and bringing them into us, because we want to talk, we want to interact, and we want to answer questions.
So that's my cue. That's my cue for you to get cooking, and I'm going to go check Facebook.
All right.
See you in a minute.
All right, so now this is your time to jump in. You've got the burners, you got everything sitting here. So what are you thinking you're going to start with first?
I think I'm going to start with the sausage first and try to figure out, everybody makes sausage different, so I'm going to try to figure out what they did with it. And
it was funny when I went into their butcher shop, which is also a restaurant, and got to watch them do a sausage making class.
Awesome. This beautiful sausage.
It is. It's pretty.
Let's see if we can. Thinking maybe we can make a something similar to a patty melt.
Oh, I like that idea.
With this great, pretty bread here, this nice cheese, and
I don't think anybody ever complained about a patty melt.
We'll see where that goes.
Sounds good.
So we'll just get started.
So you're going to pull the sausage out of the casing?
Yes, I think you should take sausage out of the casings. You said there was lamb fat in here, but
yep.
it doesn't look fatty
No.
at all. So
It doesn't have that greasy feel or anything like that.
No,
it's very
beautiful.
clean. I love that stuff.
They try to make these patties so they'll fit on this bread.
So that's going to make a heck of a patty melt. So you've also done a lot of barbecue championships. And
I've competed in a lot of barbecue competitions, yes. Both KCBS and Florida barbecue.
What's your specialty dish for barbecue?
Probably ribs.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to score highest on ribs. Ribs are one of the categories that my particular brand of barbecue, like I said, I'm from North Carolina.
Right.
And my particular type of barbecue is more of a vinegary base, but that's definitely not what they look for in barbecue competitions.
So they kind of they go the other direction.
They go more sweet. Right. Definitely more sweet way. But I'm stubborn. I'm a little hard-headed, so.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being stubborn and hard-headed.
So in the end, there, I use my own seasonings, my own rubs, my own barbecue sauces, and I've actually done pretty good in the rib category.
Right.
I've done good in the pork butt category too. So
and that's a big thing when I've talked to people about doing barbecue and things like that is that ability to make your own.
I like to experiment that way. It's taken me a little while to, come up with those recipes that actually do work.
So you're getting those patties down to start your melt.
I got those patties down. Oh, there's a beautiful apple.
Got that from New Earth this morning.
I think what I'll do is I'll use this kale and this apple, and I'll.
That's a good combination.
I'll wilt those down a little bit.
Right.
Season them up. That'll be a good little topper, I think, for the lamb patty and the cheese.
Definitely. I love Swiss with apples. So what do you think? So you're getting ready for final table. Have you been doing a lot of practicing?
I think it's a process where you actually have to think through that process.
Yep.
In the past, at World Food Championships, the final table was right away.
Yeah, you went really from first round to second round, won your category, and then immediately we're cooking in final table the next day.
Right, and now you've got a little time to think about it, which I think is kind of good.
I do.
But it's also kind of bad because it can.
You can overthink it.
You can. I would tend to be overthinking.
Right.
That whole process.
Smells great.
Oh, that's
you can smell the spices.
It's got a wonderful aroma. I hate that people can't smell it out there on Facebook.
Smell it
does have a wonderful, wonderful aroma.
So you got some comments
coming in? We do have some comments. I'm going to move over here. We've got a ton. Ann Reese Jones, says, what a fun basket. The WFC dessert is watching. AC is cool under pressure for sure.
I changed my sandwich from the original sandwich that I cooked in the second round, to have an actual different feel to it. Yeah, different flavor profile that I thought would enhance the sandwich a little more. Check these.
And then when you have the judging, it's kind of, you turn in your dish, you go through the whole time frame, you hit that turn in window, you drop it, and then it's a long wait. Yeah,
it can make for a long wait, just to find out where you might have done, or how well you might have done. If you messed up, which can happen. Last year in seafood, I grabbed the wrong bottle of wine.
And that's going to happen, especially when you're in a strange environment like that.
Right. This year in the first 2 rounds, I competed against my wife, who was also in sandwich category.
So you and your wife were both in sandwich?
Yeah, we were both competing against each other.
That alone causes enough tension. She was talking smack.
Oh yeah.
She was going right at you about it.
Oh yeah.
But you ended up winning sandwich, So how was that drive home?
The drive home was great. You know, especially if you win.
Yeah.
You know, winning was a little help on that drive home. No, it wasn't so bad. She sous chef for me in that final top 10 round.
So you're both going together.
Wow.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Nice.
So it was really a help.
Yeah.
Of course, then you know. They brought Darth Vader in there, and she burned my rolls that my sandwich were going to go on, so she had to start over.
So she was a little starstruck by Darth Vader.
Yes, just she was a little bit. There was a little bit of that, you know, that kind of thing going on.
So what do you got?
We have Marvin watching.
Hey, Marvin.
From Goth and Steel, and he says, "Wish him good luck for me."
Oh, thank you.
So keep him coming. Keep him coming.
I will admit, the people that you compete against at World Food Championships, it doesn't matter whether they're a professional, they're a home cook, it just doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. They are going to come with the absolute best, because they are the best of the best, you know.
Well, I also saw so much camaraderie. You know, I saw people in one group drop tongs, or people, you know, have an incident over here. The people around them, even though you're competing against them, literally dove in to help. And even though there was so much tension, I mean, you can almost cut it, there was still a lot of laughter, and still a lot of good times, and still a lot of people really enjoying the experience. To kind of catch everybody up at home that's watching, you've got your bread toasting, you've got your patties of the lamb sausage going down, and inside this pan over here you had butter, some seasonings that you brought, and then your multicolored collards and the apples.
Yes, as soon as I can get these greens wilted up here a little bit in this butter with the apples, I'm going to add some of that pear chutney.
Oh, that'll be delicious.
To this.
So kind of
bring a little sweet element to that garlic that I added in here.
Oh, we got something urgent. I got to come back on real quick.
Urgent. What do you got?
So I got Rochelle Vincent online, and she said, in my defense, who would expect Darth Vader at the WFC? Thank you. Drop the mic.
She's not competitive at all. How are you doing?
None.
Yeah,
Great. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
There you go.
You know, totally blaming it on Darth.
No, the good thing was, hey, the bread came out. It was great. You know, it wasn't.
And she got to see Darth Vader.
And she got to see Darth Vader, right?
All right, so now you add a little bit of that chutney into the greens.
To these greens. All right, so I think these are looking good, so I'm going to move these to the flat top so I can melt a little cheese on them.
That'll be delicious. So how much are you changing
really
you know, are you doing a lot of changing to your dish? Are you doing a lot of experimenting, getting ready for final table? Does that add like another level of, man, do I stick with what I did really well?
Yeah.
Or do I change things up and go a whole new direction?
That's the hard part of having so much time. Do I do the same sandwich? Do I try something that I think might be better?
Right.
So there's a lot of that balance in trying to figure out what I really want to do. So right now my thing really is lionfish. I want to bring awareness and get people out there to eat those.
All right, so we're plating up. So we've got the toasted bread, which is that sourdough.
Beautiful
We've got
sourdough.
the pendulum lamb sausage, and now we're just gonna have a big old sandwich.
Oh, I think we just dive right in.
Oh yeah, that's delicious looking.
All
right, you guys ready? Let's all grab one.
All right. Grab one. Woo, I'm gonna step back.
Oh, that's a fun sandwich. See, when a sandwich has stuff that's going to come out
It's
of
gonna
it,
fall
then
out.
you know that's
So
a
all it
fun
says we gotta turn
sandwich.
this way. We gotta look at him.
You ready?
Gotta get in line.
Ready?
One.
And there we go.
Oh yeah. See,
The greens, awesome.
Amazing. AC, amazing.
You totally aced it.
Yeah.
I love the wilted greens with the apple. They're seasoned perfect.
Right.
Gave you that little bit of seasons because there's so much spice and seasoning to the sausage. That's like a perfect smooth balance to it.
Right.
The cheese is great.
when you have great ingredients to work with,
makes a killer dish.
Yes.
But so does somebody who has passion to cook and wants to, put food out there for people and use those kind of invasive species and backs local and just loves what you're doing.
Right.
Oh yeah, you gotta love what you're doing. If you don't love it, why do it?
Why do it at all?
And he's got a great support at home.
You do.
I mean, you really do. You've got a wonderful support at home.
That's right.
So we can't wait to see it at final table. thanks so much for coming out to be on the show
Thank you for
today.
having me.
Yes.
Absolutely, and I'm anxious because I want to finish the rest of this
We
sandwich.
gotta finish it.
So you've seen us now. Follow AC in his journey into Final Table. You can follow us on the World Food Championships page. Acie Vincent, you'll find him under Redneck Chef.
The Redneck Chef.
And you know where to find us. YouTube.com/Kitchen Ambush. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole 9 yards, every smoke signal you got. We like them because smoke means food's being made. Just hopefully not burnt. I'm Mark Conway.
I'm Vanessa Lane.
I'm Acie Vincent.
And we'll see you next time.
And remember,
It's always
better when it's unexpected. See you again.